All right, y'all. So we are going to start with these presentations again. I really like doing them, but I haven't talked about fitness in a while. And I want to start talking more about fitness integrated with obviously becoming the best version of yourself as a man. I do believe health, conquering your body, conquering your money, conquering your relationship, conquering your mind, all of that stuff is intertwined. But some of you may be struggling right now with fat loss. That's a big thing right now. Yes, building muscle is a thing, but fat loss is ultimately what's going to help you become healthier, right? Obviously, getting below that 15% body fat that I always have as a threshold to being jacked, right? So I'm going to show you guys and tell you guys a little bit more about the little known secret to fat loss that most people don't know. So, as you guys know, building muscle might actually be the easy part, right? But losing fat is the hardest part of the journey of getting jacked, right? So, some people they focus on the calorie deficit, some people they focus on the macros that they eat. Obviously, those are important, but putting maximum effort in just those variables is where a lot of people barely see any progress and they get frustrated and they quit, right? So, why is it that none of these have worked for any of them? It's because of a little known secret called metabolism. Yes, metabolism. So, what is metabolism? Metabolism is how your body converts food into energy, and then it uses that energy for functions in your body like breathing, circulation, repairing cells. It uses that energy, right? So, the rate at which these processes happen, that's what's called your metabolic rate. And so, that controls how quickly or slowly you burn calories. And again, this is important because in the whole fat loss basic equation, burn more calories than you actually consume, right? So if you burn more calories, if you lose more calories than you gain, you will lose weight, you will lose fat, right? So this is what's going to help you accelerate that process. This is what's going to help you stay in that process and be a fat burning machine, right? Regardless of where you're at, you could be sitting there, you're burning. Like I burned 2,400 calories just sitting down, right? So you want to get to that point so that you can consistently stay lean. So your metabolic rate is affected by your age, your genetics, your muscle mass, activity level, and even your diet. Yes. So your age, as you get older, your metabolism will naturally slow down. Some people are born with faster metabolic rates than others, right? I'm born with a very, very fast metabolic rate. Like I feel thermogenic all the time. I sweat a lot. Yeah, my metabolic rate is very, very high. My seated just like burning of calories is very, very high. And there are people who are just genetically those specimens, right? And so you can adjust certain things, which I'm going to show you on how you can maximize your metabolic rate so that you can also be someone who has a higher metabolic rate. Again, your activity level. So if you're going to the gym a lot, you're running a lot, you're doing more activity, you tend to have a higher metabolic rate. Last but not least, the diet, right? The types of foods that you can eat that will either speed up or slow down your metabolism. And we're going to really dive into diet with this one because I believe that that's 80% of the results. Training is 20%. I've already talked about training a lot. I want to talk more about diet because that's what most of you are struggling with. So, why does your metabolic rate even matter? So, a higher metabolic rate helps burn more calories even when you're just sitting down and resting, right? When you boost your metabolism, this will help with fat loss, this will help with your energy levels, this will help with your overall health. It's literally one of the biggest variables that differentiate people on their fat loss journey. Two people could be on the same fat loss journey, eating the same foods, doing the same exercises, and their metabolic rates could be completely different at the start, and that will literally allow for one person to achieve their fat loss goals faster than the other person who has a slower metabolic rate. So your metabolic rate or your metabolism overall can either be your best friend when it's fast or it's your worst enemy when it's very, very slow. All right. So here's how you're going to maximize your metabolic rate and turn into a fat burning machine. So we're going to go over 7 different steps. The first is going to be your protein intake. Second is going to be your hydration. The third is going to be, yes, caffeine, green tea, and coffee. Number 4 is going to be your meal balance and timing, right? Number 5 is going to be thermogenic food intake. Number 6 is going to be your healthy fats. And number 7 is going to be no more crash dieting, right? We don't want to do that anymore. So let's get into the first one, protein intake. So you already know protein is key for building muscle, of course, but you also probably didn't know that protein has a high thermogenic effect. So that means that your body will be able to use more energy to digest it as compared to carbs and fats, right? So eating more protein can increase your metabolic rate by 15 to 30%. Look this up. There's research on it. I didn't just make this up. So, some examples of high protein foods that you probably have known, or maybe you don't know: steak, red meat, any type of cut of steak really works. Then you have chicken, turkey, fish. These are typically leaner cuts that you're looking for. Salmon's pretty good as well. Steak or ribeye can be good every once in a while, but try to stick to leaner cuts, especially if you're on the heavier side, or if you have an endomorphic body composition or body type. There's mesomorph, endomorph, and ectomorph, right? Endomorph is when you're heavier set. Other sources such as lentils, beans, quinoa. And a meal tip for you guys: add a source of protein in every meal just to keep your metabolism active. Don't just eat meals filled with carbs or meals that are just fat. I mean, that's weird if you eat meals with just fat, but like typically people eat meals that are just carbs and they have no protein in it, and they wonder why it's hard for them to digest food. It's hard for them to lose weight. Yes, it's because you're not eating enough protein. Absolutely. Second is hydration. So this is pretty obvious, but water is very important to the human species, right? A majority of your body is made up of water. But you also didn't know that water is required for pretty much all of your metabolic processes, right? So people say drink lukewarm water or hot water, which I think has its purpose. But when it comes to boosting your metabolism, you actually want to start drinking cold water just to temporarily boost the metabolism by making your body use energy to heat it up. Right. So your body's going to be using even more energy to heat up the cold water, which is why drinking cold water is actually good for you. And so you want to be able to drink 8 to 10 glasses of water per day, and obviously avoid sugary drinks because they will slow down your metabolism. Yeah, I bet you didn't know about the cold water thing. I had to do some research on it, and I've done it, and yes, it is very true, and it makes logical sense too. Like you can't refute that. Maybe the nerds in the description or in the comment section will be like, "Rich, what do you mean you have to drink cold water? You have to drink warm water, not cold water. This is false information, misinformation, whatever." All right, so that's not misinformation; it's truth. So green tea and coffee, pretty much caffeine, right? So green tea contains I don't even I saw it, but I don't know how to pronounce this. Catechins, I believe, and caffeine, which can boost your metabolic rate by 4 to 5%. Right, the caffeine in coffee can increase your metabolism by 3 to 11%. Again, this is all research that you can look up for yourself and verify as well. I'm just giving you the information that I've done the research that I've actually experienced. So how do you do this, right? So have a cup of green tea or coffee in the morning or before a workout for a metabolic boost. And also the caffeine is going to help you with your energy as well. So yeah, make sure that you consume caffeine or you consume coffee, green tea, which are natural forms of caffeine, not the highly processed energy drinks that you see. I used to drink those a lot. I stopped doing that. Now I strictly just drink coffee, to be honest. Not really a green tea type of guy, but coffee for sure. Yeah, make sure you stick to that for an energy boost and your metabolism to increase as well. Meal balance and timing. This is very important, by the way. I mess up on this a lot. So why does the meal timing even matter, right? So eating small meals or snacks throughout the day can prevent metabolic slowdowns, right? So if you're eating like massive meals throughout the day, like you'll get to a point where like your metabolism will be slower a little bit, just because it wants to conserve the energy for the next meal that is probably going to be later. So you're not really training your body to be able to consume food, even smaller meals, like consistently, so you don't keep that metabolism going. Anybody that I've worked with in the past, I don't really do fitness coaching anymore. If you really need help, I'll work with people one-on-one, maybe if I'm feeling like it. But people that I've worked with in the past that I'm still working with that were my previous clients that are continuously my clients, I always tell them that they need to speed up their metabolism by eating more frequent foods, right? A lot of them want to do intermittent fasting and they barely eat. You have to make sure that you are eating throughout the day, small portions, just so your body can know that it is receiving food, so it doesn't feel like it needs to conserve the energy that you probably won't have if you hold out for a long period of time. So yeah, skipping meals can lead to a slower metabolism as well. So tips for some balanced meals that you could do. So always mix protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich carbs because that's very important, right? There are simple carbs and there are complex carbs. Fiber-rich carbs tend to be complex carbs. You want to stick with the complex. Simple carbs are typically better before you go work out, just because they give you that quick spike of energy that you can use in that window of time that you're working out in. So that's where it is. Also, avoid refined carbs and sugar, which can spike your insulin and slow down your metabolism. So remember, anything refined, try to stay away from that, right? Always go with natural sources. Next, thermogenic food intake. This is very unique, right? Thermogenic. You've probably seen that thrown around if you've been in the fitness industry a little bit in terms of consuming products in the fitness industry. People talk about thermogenic fat burners and all of that. I'm going to tell you what that is. So what are thermogenic foods? They're foods that can increase the heat production in the body, boosting your metabolism. The whole goal to boost your metabolism is to increase your body heat. Increase your body heat. It should feel like a flame is literally in your body, just consuming food, consuming energy, consuming energy, consuming energy. And so these types of foods can actually help you. So for example, chili peppers, right? Anything spicy or any spice specific like ginger, turmeric, cinnamon, these can slightly raise your metabolic rate, right? So anything spicy literally will be able to increase your metabolic rate. Focus on those types of foods because that's actually going to help you a lot when it comes to boosting your metabolism and helping you lose fat a lot faster. Healthy fats. So healthy fats like omega-3 fatty acids, they regulate your metabolism by reducing inflammation, right? The more inflammation you have, the harder it is to regulate your metabolism. So some examples of healthy fats are like avocados, olive oil, flax seeds, and fatty fish such as salmon. You want to replace trans fats and processed oils, seed oils, stay away from those, right? I mean, if you eat them once in a while, it is what it is, but try to go with more like olive oil, avocado oil, or just avocados as a whole, right? And just have those things with you because, when you replace the trans fats and the processed oils that exist with healthy fat sources, you keep your metabolism functioning at its most optimal point, right? So you want to make sure that you deal with that. And now, no more crash diets. It's the last one, right? So no more crash diets. Why crash dieting hurts metabolism? So severely restricting your calories can cause your body to enter starvation mode, right? And starvation mode basically slows down your metabolism so that you can conserve your energy. The whole point of your metabolic rate increasing is so that you can burn energy faster. You can burn the amount of calories that you have in your body a lot faster, right? So by restricting your calories drastically with these crash diets, like any crash diet that's out there, you're simply going to just hold on to a lot of that. Your body's just going to naturally hold on to the energy that it needs to have. It's going to adapt because you're basically training it to believe that it's not going to have the energy that it needs to be able to use. So it has to reserve the energy and not use it, which means it needs to slow your metabolism down, right? So instead of going on crash diets, what you want to do is you want to aim for a gradual caloric deficit if you're trying to lose weight and avoid cutting too many calories at once. Because yes, you can get that quick drop in terms of your weight, but then the bounce back is going to be crazy. And then you're going to be confused. And then you're going to just think that you were just meant to be fat your whole life and you're just going to give up, right? So you want to make sure that you are aiming for a gradual caloric deficit. Key takeaways: eat more protein, stay hydrated, drink green tea or coffee or any natural caffeine, eat balanced, regular meals consistently, right? No, add thermogenic foods like spices, peppers, anything that has heat to it. Include healthy fats in your diet as well. And last but not least, avoid all crash diets, avoid all extreme diets. You do not need them. So I hope you got a lot from this video. I hope this video helped you in your fitness journey as a man. Again, I always like to make well-rounded videos for you guys because at the end of the day, it's could I stick to what all the manosphere or whatever people, red pill people are just talking about looks maxing and all of these different things? And yes, I could do that, and yes, would I get a lot of views? Would I grow my subscribe? Yes, but I do want to have a catalog of information that somebody could go through and actually learn and transform their lives on here. So that's why I created this. Now, You might think that I will be giving you a fitness coaching offer after this. No, I don't do fitness coaching anymore. If you really, really want to do that, just email me and we can talk about it. But no, I do not have an active fitness coaching offer. I've closed that down and I'm just working with the people that I already did. But if you want to build a personal brand on YouTube, make money doing it, talking about whatever it is that you want, kind of like what I'm doing now, link is in the description. Link is also pinned in the comments as well. Join my school group. Yes, it is $500 a month because I believe that that is fair for being able to grow a YouTube channel and make 10K a month on autopilot doing what you love. It's a fair trade-off, right? For the information that you will learn. And I do two group coaching calls a week in that community with the guys who are working with me right now. Currently, I'm at 14 guys. By the time you watch this, might be way more than that. So get in there. Prices will be going up every 15 people that come in. But that is what I got for you guys. I hope this was helpful. Share with a friend who is on their fat loss journey, on their health journey, a male that needs the guidance, needs these tips. And let me know if you want more of these, or let me know whatever other self-improvement topic you are looking for. I'm just here to give the knowledge that I learned so that you guys can become the best version of yourselves. All right. So I appreciate you, and I will catch you on the next video.